What's going on, everyone? Austin Reaves is just absolutely winning at life and been killing it the last year. I mean, Bros literally went from being an undrafted player that could have gotten drafted by Detroit to having like an okay rookie season. You know, nothing like crazy. He had some big moments, had the game winner and stuff like that, and was kind of a question mark. Like, is he going to be something? Is he not? The tools and intangibles are there. The promise is there. And then same thing, kind of the first half of this past season. He's just a guy out there. He's good, worth playing. And then he just exploded in the back half of that year and just completely dominated. And then went into the playoffs, dominates the playoffs, taking over, winning games, closing games down the stretch. Just looks like a real player. Ends up landing a new contract, 4 years, $56 million. Has the Taylor Swift rumors of him dating Taylor Swift. Not true. He even said himself he never even met her. But just the fact that he's even in that conversation, I think is hilarious in and of itself. It kind of just goes into the internet and media and what teams or people are trying to promote for him. And then on top of all of that, he has a new shoe that he is releasing, his signature shoe, which is set to be released August 11th. And I kind of wanted to talk about it. I want to show it, get your thoughts and opinions on it. You going to cop? You going to pass? How do you feel about it? Many may not know this. I think I talked about this in a live stream a while ago, but I used to be a huge sneakerhead, hype beast, all that stuff. Again, from LA, it's kind of was the thing when I was growing up. You had the Stussy fits and stuff like that. Mine was Nike SBs. I was really into Nike SBs. What the Dunks, Freddy's, Ray Guns, things like that. The Lobsters. I always loved the Lobsters. But nonetheless, now I got 5 kids. I got a family, responsibilities and stuff. So I'm not some multimillionaire or anything like that to where I can just splurge on $1,000 shoes now. But nonetheless, I still love it. I still love checking them out. Still, one day when I get there, hopefully through YouTube, we can have a shoe collection. Neither here nor there. Point is, Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves revealed his new shoe, his summer holiday line. And, kind of reminded me of an Easter theme. I almost feel like these would have been better released on Easter. But these are the ice cream signature shoes. Again, they will be released August 11th. They're the Unveils Rigor AR1 ice cream shoes. And look, I actually like these. People seem to be hot and cold on it, right? People seem to either are just clowning these shoes, talking about how weird they look and colorful and whatnot, and then other people are super hype and on it and just really like the shoes and the colorway. I'm actually on the side of I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I like the everything. I like the insoles. You got the little ice cream insoles. You got the little cool little shoe box that comes in. The toe box has got the little ice cream drip splash on it. Looks like the side of the shoe has it looks like melted ice cream, right? That's the whole idea. That's the whole concept. Even the bottom of the soles are the same kind of colorway. Got blue over by the toe box area, and then this yellow, I'm assuming air type technology thing in the center, and then you got the pinkish on the back heel. And I think they're pretty clean. They're not too crazy, too over the top. They're just pretty straightforward shoes. And even Austin Reaves, I kind of want to read his little post when he was sharing this, because I think it's cool. It's cool to kind of see the trajectory and the growth of some of these people. But he said, from growing up in Newark, Arkansas, going undrafted and now being on the biggest stage in basketball, I am thankful for my journey. Now I am super excited to share the next big milestone in my career, the Rigor A1 ice cream. My first signature shoe, basketball shoe in partners with Rigor, exclusively launches on Kicks Crew. The Rigora AR1 ice cream launches on August 11th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on both the websites, kickscrew.com and then rigora.com, and then, the whole sign up for early access stuff, all the promotions. But it's pretty amazing, the accolades that people can achieve, to go from, like you said, Newark, Arkansas. He's in this small area. I mean, I'm not super familiar with it, so I don't know how small or anything like that, but he's in like this rural area, just playing basketball, having these big dreams and aspirations of one day making it to the NBA, makes it to the NBA, and is one of the few undrafted guys ever to get a shoe deal. Like, I mean, that's incredible, right? Like, that's something that is applaud worthy. And I don't know. I think it's something that's worth a conversation, right? It's something that's worth highlighting, worth talking about. And he's a guy on the Lakers. It's a Laker channel. I'm a Laker fan. I'm an Austin Reaves fan, as I'm sure many of you are as well. And I always want to support and, be a voice for the team and players on the team and stuff like that. And I just always think it's cool. How will this compare to like some of the other shoes? I mean, I don't think you can really compare it to like a Jordan or even like LeBron's or KD's and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, look, if he releases like real fire, real like, because it's like shoes aren't even so much like basketball shoes anymore, right? Like, yeah, these are basketball shoes, but basketball shoes have evolved into a lifestyle shoe. More people wear Jordans every day on everyday planes more than they do playing basketball, right? I mean, most people don't even want to play in Jordans because one, some of the Jordans are horrible to play basketball in, and two, some people just don't even want to mess up the Jordans and would rather play in other things. Actually, when I was playing basketball and I was growing up playing basketball, I was actually like a big Adidas guy. The original Pro models, if you ever wore the original Pro models, they made like the remade ones, and then they made the ones where like, you could like change the colors and stuff like that with the little inserts and stuff. And then like the modern ones, those aren't as good. The original Pro models by Adidas were the best basketball shoes ever. Like, I love those shoes. But nonetheless, I digress. This isn't about me. About these shoes and Austin Reaves. But I do think like, look, if Austin Reaves is really able to kind of build a brand, and obviously he's going to have to continue to have success. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, I don't think he needs to be a top 5 player or anything like that to have a successful shoe deal or have a successful shoe brand, right? I mean, people like dope stuff, right? And if he's out here creating a quality line with a quality shoe and something that like, is actually cool, right? If it's something that people are like, hey man, like I really like these colorways. I really like these designs, right? And he's creative and innovative. Like, people are going to rock. People are going to buy them. Even people that aren't necessarily fans of Austin Reaves. And especially if you can get like the shoe head circuits and stuff, get all the hype beasts on board and just kind of having them sort of promote the shoe and rocking the shoe. And then you get all the videos of people in the shoe and stuff like that. Like, you can really build a brand and a trend that is something that could forever live beyond you. I mean, there are plenty of shoes over the years that people rocked and loved that weren't like top 5 guys, right? I mean, and then, obviously you have guys like, even like Allen Iverson, who had opportunities to make huge shoe deals. And I mean, even the AIs are still highly sought after, stuff like that, like the original pennies, right? Like things like that. But I just, you look at like a lot of these shoes, like even some of like the bigger names, a lot of like the shoes, like just a lot of the guys on Jordan brand, how many people are really rocking their shoes compared to like the normal Jordans? Obviously there's some success. Obviously they're making some money, but you see a lot of people sign with Jordan brand and they don't really like have crazy success to the degree because it's not their own brand. Like, this can be Austin Reaves' thing. Like he can create an entire line around the AR whole narrative and stuff and just continue to grind and continue to have success. And, obviously he's going to have to continue to perform. If he has a long career, his shoe line could really be a big thing at one point. If he eventually fizzles out and just kind of just becomes another guy in the league, then I don't think he's going to have as much success, right? But you got this AR hype train right now. You got people that are pumped and excited to see, like, how does he play this year? Like, if he delivers and he actually shows, like, no, like, that wasn't just, like, a great run. This is the player that I am. Then he's going to have success in his shoes. And I think I believe he's going to have the opportunity. I think on most nights, he's probably the number 2 option because I really think LeBron is just going to kind of coast this season, kind of just go about his business. And, he's still going to drop his 20 and whatnot. He's still going to play his game. But I really think that LeBron is going to be willing to kind of take a step back and let AR go to work. I mean, we've seen that already this past season, right? He did it in the regular season and in the playoffs. I mean, that Memphis Grizzlies series, right? He was closing the games down the stretch. He was the guy down the stretch. And I really think that he's a guy that the Lakers are going to lean on heavily. And if he can continue to perform and he can continue to deliver at the rate that he is, or that he has been this, past half a year or whatever, then I think that that's going to continue to translate to success because you're going to have more and more people on the hype train. He's on the Lakers, which has, the biggest fan base, one of the biggest fan bases in sports, period. So most Laker fans are going to buy his shoes and just support, which means he's probably going to have a couple million in sales at least. And then you have other people that just buy the shoes because they just like the shoe, right? So, I mean, I think he's going to have some real success with these shoes. But again, it comes down, he's got to release quality. He's got to release something that people want to wear, want to enjoy, that really stand out, right? Like, I think that those shoes do. Like, again, if you look at the shoes, I really like these shoes. Like, I really think that this is something that many people would rock and wear on their feet and, have a little fit with these shoes on their feet, right? Like, and if he can continue to produce that, and again, it's going to come down to quality. I mean, great example, like look at the ZO2s and stuff like that, right? Like, he was selling the Lonzo and the Big Baller brand and all that stuff, which whatever happened to that? Is Big Baller brand even still, like, a thing? I mean, I'm pretty sure it is, but yeah. Anyway, random thought. But, look at, like, the Lonzo Ball shoes, right? They just tried to rush and force, like, their own shoe, and all they were anti-shoes, and I mean, the exact same thing, same mold, same everything, except for they were just, like, worse made, and they were literally falling apart. I mean, even Lonzo said, like, he had to like change his shoe in between quarters and halves and stuff because they were falling apart. And a lot of people think the reason he has his injuries and all that stuff is attributed to the shoe, right? Because, like, he got hurt in his shoe. I mean, it was a disaster. And look, I completely get Lonzo wanting to kind of be his own man and create his own brand and really kind of build something. But, like, there's a right way and a wrong way to do that. And they just tried to rush and expedite that, and they didn't really think it through. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that was a direct result to his injury, but a lot of people seem to really think so. And it kind of does correlate. So, you want good quality. You want something that people aren't opening and it's just falling apart, right? Like, that was the problem with, like, the ZO2s, is that, like, people literally were getting them in the box and they were all, like, the insoles were falling apart and, like, crumbling, and, the toe box was, like, ripped, and you had, the soles just coming out, like, all of that. It just, I don't know, like, there was just a lot of issues with that shoe that people were having, and, you were selling them for, like, $550 or something crazy like that, which is insane. But hey, nonetheless, it is what it is. And look, Austin Reaves is doing it, man. Like I said, the dude is having himself a year, and I couldn't be more happier for him. I love seeing people succeed. I love seeing people have success, and hopefully he continues that. Hopefully he continues that trajectory. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. So pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts, opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? You like these? Would you cop them? Would you pass? Would you cop them just to have them, or would you actually rock them? How do you feel? Love to hear it. Let me know.